Hi you guys, today I wanted to do a little get ready with me for Valentine's Day. Now, I don't have anything really planned out. All I know is that I want to do something very soft, blown out, romantic, and pink, of course. So I'm actually going to be playing around with two palettes today. I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, which is one of my favorites. I'm choosing this one specifically because I know a lot of people already have this palette. I'm also using another palette I know that a lot of you probably have, and this is the NYX Ultimate Brights Shadow Palette. The colors in here are beautiful, and mostly I just need this for the bright pinks because a lot of the pinks in the Modern Renaissance palette are very muted and I kind of want to pop it up a little bit. So anything you have that has a couple bright pink tones in it will work perfectly as well. Alright, I'm just going to kind of tuck my hair back a bit. My eyebrows are already done. I use my Anastasia Dip Brow in taupe. Obviously, since I'm working with such bright colors today, I am doing my shadow first, but I am going to go ahead and prime with the Smashbox 24-Hour Photo Finish Shadow Primer. Hey, all these names are getting so long. So I am grabbing this Morphe M330 brush. This has been my favorite super fluffy blending brush lately. And I'm going into the Modern Renaissance palette in the shade Tempera. So you can see I've hit pan on the shade. I love it so, so much. And I'm just putting this right under my eyebrows. I just kind of want to block out that space a little bit and also help make it easier to blend the shadows and really have it blown out quite a bit. Next, I'm going into Bomb Fresco, which is kind of purpley, but I think it will work. I'm going to layer it with brighter pink, I think. But I'm just going in and laying this down right above my crease and really just blending that out a ton. Since that's a little bit purpley and we want this a bit more pink, I'm going into my Ultimate Brights palette and I'm picking this. It's a bright but muted pink. It's not like super hot pink, but it's just really pretty. It's kind of more of a raspberry tone to it. And I'm taking that and layering it just on top of our first color and just blending that out right over that color. All right, see how soft and blended out that is? That's how I wanted it, just very, very diffused. Now I'm going to go in with the Morphe M06, which is smaller. I'm going back to my Renaissance palette and I'm going into Love Letter. And now I am putting Love Letter right in the depth of that crease. And right on the outer corner as well. And then you just want to very gently blend out those edges so there's no harsh lines. I've actually looked back at some of my videos and I've realized that sometimes I actually overblend looks when I don't mean to. So some of my looks can end up looking a little bit muddy. At least some of my older ones did, since I realized, oh yeah, I'm overblending. Which, yes, is a thing. You can blend too much. It is possible. So I'm working on not doing that as much, except when we're doing a look like this one. Right, now I'm going to take a flat shadow brush and I'm going back into that Brights palette. And I'm taking this super, super hot pink and really loading it onto that brush. And I'm just going to tap that right in the front portion of that eye and just blend it into everything else. I know it looks crazy, just bear with me. Now, just to add a bit of sparkle, because the shadow is very, very matte, I'm going into the shade Vermeer with that same bright pink brush. I'm just tapping it into Vermeer a couple times and then dusting off the brush and then just very lightly sweeping over the super bright pink. What this does, as you can see, is it tones it down so it looks like more of a pale pink and adds a bit of shimmer to it. Now, if you have a shade that is a pale pink with shimmer in it, go ahead and use it, and I'm sure I have one in my collection too. I am just using the shades that we happen to have just in these two palettes. Now, just to add a little bit of definition, I'm taking my flat eyeliner brush and I'm going to go into this shade right here. This is a brown, it's Cypress Umber, and I'm just using this right along my lash line. Just pressing the brush into my lash line and wiggling it back and forth. You can use eyeliner if you want. I've found that shadows, when you're going for a softer, more blown out look, tend to look better and more natural, because typically if you are going for a super soft look and then you go over it with an eyeliner, it can make it look very harsh very fast. I know you're looking at me right now going, seriously, you're like covering your eyeball in bright pink shadow and you're saying this is soft? Yeah, it's a softer look. I mean, it's bright and it's definitely a little bit bold, but it's still a softer look. We don't have a cut crease. We don't have heavy black liner. We're not pairing this with heavy lashes. At this point, go ahead and check for any fallout and clean that up. And we're going to go ahead and just curl our lashes and put on some mascara real quick. I'm using my L'Oreal Unlimited. We're going to take a step back from the eyes now and work on the rest of the face. And for primer today, I'm actually trying a primer that I haven't tried before. I got a sample of it a while ago, and I've been holding onto it and waiting to try it, and I figured around Valentine's Day is a perfect time to try it, and that is the Tatcha the Silk Canvas Primer. I have heard amazing things about this primer. I also saw that there is an e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer that's supposed to be a dupe for this. So I just kind of wanted to try it. I've got this teensy little baby sample. Now, typically I don't go with like pore filling primers because, I mean, I use whatever primer I have, but I won't go out and like specifically buy a large pore filling primer because the only large pores I have are like right here on my cheeks. And they're so small that it's not really needed to have a primer there. This feels exactly like cake frosting, like buttercream cake frosting. It's really interesting. Now it says to smooth this upward, I'm guessing so it gets into your pores. Oh wow, this stuff like disappears into your skin. It's like gone. Okay, this is not what I expected. This is not like silicone-y or funky at all. If you hate silicone primers or anything that feels like super slippy, this is not that at all. All right, well, you really can't see it on the skin a whole lot, but I'm going to go ahead and do my foundation and see how that looks. I'm using my Wet n Wild Photo Focus in the shade Soft Beige. I'm just blending that out with a brush today. I'm just adding a little bit more on my cheeks where I've been having some acne still, right here and right here, like really bad, and I can't freaking figure it out. Not using like any face products has helped a ton with my acne, I will say that, but just the acne in this area does not want to go away at all. Let me take a look at this up close real quick. Ooh, okay. I hate when I like such a high-end product. That is beautiful. That did a gorgeous job at filling in my pores, making my foundation go on much smoother than normal. It looks good. I'll have to keep an eye on it to see how it wears throughout the day and kind of make a decision from there on whether it would be something that I would purchase in the future. But I do really like primers and what they can do for the finish of your makeup. Next, I'm going with concealer. I'm using my Maybelline Master Conceal in the shade 20 Light. I'm just dotting that underneath my eyes. And then today I'm just using a Real Technique sponge to blend that out. Not that one, this one. And then I'm just grabbing a little bit of my NYX HD finishing powder in Banana and a small brush. And I'm just very, very lightly setting my under eye. I went for a really, really long time without setting my under eyes. And then I realized that the shine I was getting actually made how deep my under eye area is more visible. Like you could see the lines better, and powdering and taking away that shine and going more matte underneath my eyes makes that look so much better. All right, now that my base, my concealer are on, we're going to go back to the eyes, and I'm actually going to start by taking my NYX Wonder pencil in the shade Light and lining my waterline, because with pink eyeshadows especially, you can look really sickly really fast, and this works beautifully at preventing that. Oh, by the way, I wanted to point out real quick, I still have a ton of this Tatcha sample left, so we're just going to close her up, and she's going to live on my makeup desk. Now we're taking my big flat detailer brush, and let's see. I think I'm going to go into the shade Love Letter and take this just on the outer half of my eye and blend it up into this outer curve. You want everything to kind of mesh together and blend together and be very soft. And next I'm grabbing a super tiny detailer brush, and I'm going into the shade we used earlier. This is Vermeer, and I'm going to use this to highlight my inner corner. And then I'm also going to take this right underneath that first part of my eye. Vermeer has a very pinky tone to it, so it works really, really well for this particular look. There we go, and the eyes are done. I'm going to go back to my face real quick, and I'm keeping the face very, very simple because the eyes really stand out quite a bit with this. So I'm just going in with my Wet n Wild Color Icon Baked Blush in the shade Don't Flutter Yourself. I've been using this blush a ton lately because just the sparkle in it, it's so pretty. Kind of perfect for those days where you're feeling kind of lazy and you don't want to do like blush and highlight, or you want more of a sparkly, just soft look. I think this really works well for that. Now this is very, very sparkly, so keep that in mind. I wouldn't bring this down too low under your cheeks. In fact, it's really, really pretty, but I am going to layer one more blush on top. I'm grabbing my Tarte blush in Entertain. I have beat this poor blush to pieces. I am amazed it is still together, and I am just topping the Wet n Wild blush with this just to make it a bit pinker and to soften that shine just a little bit. Now we're moving on to the lips, which is one of my favorite parts to work on. And I'm starting with this. This is the Wet n Wild Gel Eyeliner, and this one is in the shade Never Petal Down. It's a really pretty pink. I'm going to start by lining my lips. And to go on top of this, I'm actually doing a lip look that I mentioned, I think, in my January favorites. So I'm taking the Sephora gloss in the shade Pinup Pink, and it looks crazy bright. I promise it's not that bright. It's actually really sheer. And then I like to take my finger and go over it, just to take off any excess, and that makes it feel slightly less sticky. It's not super sticky lip gloss by any means at all, but I always do that when I wear lip gloss. Then I'm going to take one of my favorite lipsticks of all time. This is the NYX Butter Lipstick in the shade Sweet Tart. Super pretty pink, and I'm just putting this on the inside of my lips. It's so pretty. I love it. So we are done, and this is the final look. It only took me about 30 minutes to do this look, and that's with filming. Not including my eyebrows. They're probably like an extra 10 on their own, to be honest. But if you have good eyebrows, you can probably do this in like 25-30 minutes. It's a very quick look. It's very easy. It's very bright and pink, but it's still soft and wearable. Like this, I would go out to the grocery store wearing this, or I would go to a meeting with somebody wearing this because it's very wearable. So if it's Valentine's Day and you need to go to work and then you're going to dinner right after, I think this would be very, very possible to wear comfortably. You could even tone it down even more and do a nude lip if you wanted, or you could do this with a super thick black winged eyeliner, throw on some lashes, and really, really go for it and make it look super, super dramatic. Either way, it's a very versatile look. This is kind of the middle of the road, and you can either tone it down or tone it up, which are kind of the looks I like doing. I like looks that are very versatile, that you can either take super glam or even more simple. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You can also keep up with me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I'm pretty much everywhere, and all the links for those are down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Bye!